answering all of your guys' questions, and I asked you guys on a video a couple weeks ago to ask me some questions that you guys had, and I actually got a lot of different questions. So I'm going to go through the questions and answer them, and I hope you guys enjoy. So the first question is college/university as hard as everyone says it is? So honestly, I think college is not necessarily a lot harder. I just think it's more time consuming. So I mean, it does depend on your major, but for my major, I personally have a lot more projects, and so I have to put more time into them. I felt like in high school, a lot of my things were very easy to like get done within like 30 minutes or an hour. How small is your college, and do small colleges have parties? My college is probably about 5,000 to 6,000 students, I would say, so it's like a medium to small school, and every single college is going to have some type of nightlife no matter where you go. Obviously, huge schools are just more notorious for having more nightlife just because they are bigger, but small schools will have that as well. But it's up to you if you want to be involved in that or not. Obviously, you don't have to be, but it will be probably present on your campus. How do I socialize if I'm not living on campus? I personally don't think the only way to make friends is living on campus. Obviously, if you're commuting or even if you're just living off campus, you can still make friends so many other ways. You can make them through clubs, through activities, through orientation. You can go out at night maybe and meet people. You can just meet people everywhere you go, because people are going to be everywhere you go. I've met friends through classes, I've met friends through activities and organizations. I haven't met all my friends just through living like in a dorm. What clubs or organizations are you involved in at your school? So I've done like a lot of different clubs, but the two that I'm in currently is my sorority, and then also I'm in the communications group at my school. So we have like our own communications firm, and we help nonprofits out around the area. So you get assigned to a nonprofit and you work with that client and you do their communications for them. So I think it's a really cool hands-on way to learn kind of like your trade of communications and public relations. I'm taking 17 credit hours my first semester, and doing a sport will I be overwhelmed and have little time for homework? So personally, I think it just comes down again to time management and organizing your time. This is so important when you're in college, is to make sure that you have time management. So just schedule out your day. I think that helps so much. And if you have like a 45-minute period between a class, just utilize that time. Don't just be like on your computer or anything like that. Try to like utilize your time every single hour that you have, and make sure to make the most of it, because I know that sports can be pretty time consuming with practices and stuff and games. So just make sure that you're, if you feel like you get really distracted at home, go to the library to get your work done. Just put yourself in non-distracting places. What college do you attend? Oh my gosh, guys, this is probably my most asked question, is what college I go to, which makes sense because I make so many college videos, but I never really state what college I go to. And that's just because at first it was just like a privacy thing. I just didn't want to say where I went just because it was new to me and I was moving there. But now that I've been there for a while, and now that people have figured it out themselves, I go to Marist College in New York. It's about 2 hours north of New York City. So it's a little private, it's like a little medium-sized private school in New York, and I absolutely love it. If you guys have any questions about the college, definitely let me know, but that's where I attend and I really like it. Next question is, can you give me advice on how to plan for college when you're applying? Honestly, my #1 tip for applying to college is just to start early. So right now is the perfect time in the summertime to start applying for colleges, just because you have a lot more time in the summer, and during the school year you're gonna get super stressed out. So it's so good to just start applying early. I did a whole entire video on applying to college that I will link over here, and you guys can check that one out. But definitely start early, because it's a lot of paperwork and it takes a lot of time. Do you like to read? If so, what? I actually do not really read that often. I really like reading like self-help books or reading books about people's lives. Honestly, I listen to audiobooks a lot just because they're easier to listen to when you're getting ready or if you're in the car. But I really like books like that, nonfiction books. I don't really like reading more like story books. How is college different from high school in terms of how to prepare and get ready for tests and quizzes? So I think in high school you probably didn't have to study as much. I still studied in high school for my tests, but I felt like in college I definitely had to study a lot more because there's a lot more information on the tests. Your tests are a little bit less frequent, but they're more cumulative, so there's going to be more information on these tests, so you're definitely going to have to study for them a lot more because the information might be more detailed, the questions might be more detailed, so you're going to have to put more time into studying for it than high school, because high school you might have had like every unit you might have had a test, but maybe for college it's like every 3 units you have a test. Next, I was wondering if people use laptops more for notes or do they write their notes. So personally at my school, most people write their notes. I know that some classes, professors didn't mind laptops, but most of the classes at my school preferred no laptops. I feel like at bigger colleges, they don't mind laptops. I know that friends that go to like huge schools usually can get away with doing laptops because it's lecture halls, but my class sizes were the size of like a high school classroom, so most people didn't use their laptops. So it does depend on the school you go to and how big it is. I say if you're going to a huge university, you could probably do laptops. Do you wear extensions or did your hair grow? Your hair is so long. Oh my gosh, guys, my hair is so long. I haven't cut it since January. I think that's why I don't really cut my hair too often. But I don't really do anything crazy to it either. I don't have like any like hair products that are specific that I use. My shampoo, I use like whatever's on sale. And honestly, I straighten or curl it almost every single day. So honestly, I don't really have like any great tips for you guys, which is really annoying. I just got really lucky with like good hair. I just think that it's a little dry because I do use a lot of heat on it. But I only cut it about twice a year, so that's probably why I get so long. Do you have a job with school? I actually don't. I wanted to get a job with school. I work in the summers and winters when I'm not at school just because sometimes I get overwhelmed with schoolwork and I don't know if I could do a job during school, but I probably could do like a little part-time job during school. But I wasn't able to find one, but I recommend. You will be spending so much money in college, so if you don't work in the summer or you don't really have that much money in your bank account, I think it's good to have a job during the school year. There's a lot of really cool jobs that you can probably find on your campus that they need help. Last question is any recommendations for things to do during 45-minute, 1-hour blocks of time between classes? So personally, I think it's just good to find a nice area that you like doing work and just get some work done. I think that's just so important because that time, that like 1 hour can really help if you utilize it correctly. Maybe if you find like a really cute lounge. I know there's a lot of like nice lounges in the different buildings at my school, and there's like 2 Starbucks that you can go to with chairs and tables around it. So I would go to somewhere like that, or even the library if you want. Alrighty guys, that was my Q&A video. I really hoped you enjoyed. Thank you guys so much for watching, and if you have any more questions, definitely leave those down below. I'll see you guys all in my next video. Bye.